Hey everyone! In this video I want to talk about generalized anxiety disorder. You'll have to forgive me if I sniffle or cough because I have a really bad cold right now. But anyway, I was first diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder when I was 17. And I remember thinking, God, this is just stupid. Like, I don't have a problem with anxiety, and I was totally in denial about it, and pretty much have been my whole life up until the last couple of years when I finally admitted, okay, I know I have a problem with anxiety. And I asked my current psychiatrist recently what she thought about it, and she said yes, that she had diagnosed me with an anxiety disorder. And I was actually shocked because I've been seeing her for almost a couple of years and she never mentioned anything to me about it. Which you would have thought she would have told me, I think you have this problem, but she never did. And I also found it kind of interesting just because two different mental health professionals at different points in my life got the same impression of me based on what they knew of me. And so that just kind of even confirmed it even more. Okay, I definitely have this problem with anxiety. And I have come to realize that my anxiety stems from this fear of the unknown or fear of unfamiliarity. And it started as long back as I can remember in childhood, like 5 years old. I remember my mom would take me and drop me off at school, you know, at the beginning of the year every year, and I would just cry my eyes out because I was so panic-stricken at being left there alone that I didn't know what to do with myself. And I was a very, very painfully shy child, and I had all this anxiety about interacting with other people. And I would think, okay, I don't want to look stupid, or I don't want to embarrass myself, or I don't want people to look at me funny. So to avoid that, I just kept to myself and pretty much didn't interact with people at all unless I absolutely had to. And all my life I've dealt with anxiety over everything, and I'm not kidding you, it's every single thing that you could possibly think of. I have anxiety about it, and it really sucks, and it's really disabling at times to feel so anxious and to feel that you can't do anything about it. And obviously in my adult life it's still there, and I'll just give you a few examples of things that cause me a lot of anxiety. Like, I do not like going to places alone. I don't like going to like stores or restaurants or any place that I have not been before by myself. I just won't go. If somebody is with me, then I'm okay and I can go to strange places, but I won't go alone. And if I've been there, you know, before with other people and stuff, then I can go by myself after that because I know what to expect. But if I don't know what to expect, I tend to just avoid that place entirely. And there is this indoor playground in our town that my husband told me about, and you know, for me to take the kids to and stuff. And for the longest time, I just didn't go because I was like, okay, I don't know if I can find my way there. And when I get there, I don't know what it's gonna be like, and how many people are gonna be there, and how many chairs are there to sit in, and will I be able to find the bathroom, and like all this stupid little stuff about not knowing what was in the building kept me from going there. And I know it sounds stupid and it sounds ridiculous, and you know, it's stuff that's so small that most people don't even think about it. They wouldn't even give a second thought to it, but it just like consumes me and causes me so much anxiety. And finally, we did all wind up going there together, and I'm fine now, and I can take my kids there by myself, and I do go there frequently. But for the longest time, I just avoided it. And every year we take a vacation, and vacations are supposed to be fun and exciting and stuff, and they are to a point, but they cause me so much anxiety because everything in a new place is unfamiliar. And I freak out at being in a strange airport, or being in a strange hotel, or a strange restaurant, or driving around a town I don't know my way around. And I actually make my husband kind of like take the lead on a lot of things. I will make him drive everywhere so that I can just be a passenger and I don't have to think about it and stress about it. And I'll make him check into the hotel and find our way to our room, and I'll make him go find the ice machine, and like all this stupid little tiny stuff. And so even in situations that are supposed to be fun situations, they cause me stress and are hard for me to deal with. And there's tons of other things, like if somebody rings my doorbell, my heart just jumps into my throat because I think, who's on the other side of my door? Is it somebody I know? Is it somebody I don't know? Is it somebody I don't want to talk to? And how am I going to get rid of this person if I don't want to talk to them? And, you know, I just, like, I freak out because I don't know who's on the other side of the door. And most of the time, it's just like the mailman or something stupid like that. But still, it really bothers me not knowing. And talking on the phone, oh my god, I hate it. I will make my husband actually call places a lot because I don't want to. And I think it has something to do with the fact that when I talk to somebody on the phone, I cannot see their face, and that bothers me a lot, because it's just like I'm talking to this disembodied voice, and I can't see them, and so I actually will go out of my way to get my kids ready, get in the car, drive 20 minutes across town, go to the store, wait in line at the store, just so I can deal with an actual person that I can see. And I do this all the time, just to avoid calling somebody on the phone. And, you know, it's really bad because it would be so easy to just take 2 seconds to call them on the phone, yet I spend this enormous amount of time going out of my way just to avoid dealing with that anxiety that I feel when I have to do it. And anything that comes up in the future, like stuff that's off in the future that I know is going to occur, causes me a great deal of anxiety, and I will sit and just dwell on it. Like, we have a vacation coming up in September, and I've been thinking about it and worrying about it and stressing about it, even though it's way, way off in the future. And I have jury duty actually next month, which I found out about in January, and ever since then, I've been spending an insane amount of time and energy just thinking about it and worrying about it, even though there's nothing I can do, and it's going to happen, and I'm going to have to deal with it, but all I do is sit and think about it, and that causes me even more anxiety because I can't stop thinking about it, and it really sucks. And I have a lot of physical symptoms from the anxiety, because anxiety triggers the fight or flight response in your nervous system. So it causes physical things to happen to you. So for me, like, my heart will just race when I become anxious. And I sometimes get lightheaded or dizzy. And a lot of times I will get nauseous and sick to my stomach. And sometimes it is so bad that I actually vomit. And that's been happening more frequently lately. I've had so much anxiety that I just throw up. And it's horrible. It is really awful. And just feeling physically ill from this mental turmoil that you're going through. And, you know, it's kind of interesting, I guess, because other people in my family have issues with anxiety and stuff like that. Like, my mom, she's always been a really shy person and somebody that worries a lot about stuff. And my brother, he actually doesn't work because he has said that he cannot handle being around people, that he becomes so stressed out at being around people that he can't do it. So, you know, it's weird that it has kind of like this genetic component to it, hereditary component, but it doesn't make you feel any better, even though you think, oh, you know, I can't necessarily help it, but it still is impacting your life in such a way that it's negative, very negative. And the worst thing about it is that I just don't do a lot of things because I have such anxiety about all these various situations and various things happening that I'll think, oh, I want to do this, or I want to try that, or I want to go there, but I just won't do it because I know it's gonna stress me out so much that I won't be able to handle it, and I just avoid it entirely. And so it keeps me from living, it keeps me from doing things, and that is the worst part of it. It sucks so bad, and I mean, I wish that I did not have this problem with anxiety. Sometimes I think that my anxiety is even worse than my bipolar because, you know, for the most part, I feel like I can still somewhat function with bipolar because it's not 24/7 all the time. You know, you have episodes, but then you have normal periods and etc. But with the anxiety, it's constant. It's all the time. Every single day, I have anxiety about something. And I just can't escape from it. And, I mean, it's terrible. It's a terrible curse to live with. It sucks. Period. It just totally sucks. And, you know, if anybody out there has any tips on how they deal with anxiety or things that have helped them with anxiety, I would be happy to hear it because I would love to be able to feel less anxious all the time.